There we go.
Got it.
Got it. It's all what is right now is.
Alright, perfect.
Okay, now guys, don't worry about writing this stuff down here, okay? But what we're going to talk about is what was their platform and organization. Well, guys, they were 4 cooperatives, or once again, the workers owning the methods of production. They wanted a federal Bureau of Labor Statistics created. They wanted mechanic lien laws passed. Now, what's a mechanic lien law? Well, guys, let's say I take my car to Haley's garage, and I say, fix my brakes, and she says, okay. And so she's got to spend her money on the new calipers, rotors, whatever. She's got to spend her labor, which does have an intrinsic value, okay? And she gives me a call back. She says, okay, your car's done. My car's taking up space in her shop. I say, okay, well, I'll pay next Friday. She says, okay. Well, next Friday rolls around and she doesn't got the money. She gives me a call the following Monday. Hey, where are you, Galloway? What's going on? Oh, I don't have them. Listen, give me a month. And she's like, but I need you to pay for the car now. It's taking up space. I've already invested all this extra money on it. And I mean, I could basically hold her off indefinitely. And if I did that, that car's still mine. And it's taking up space in her shop, okay? And it's a difficulty. So what the mechanic lien law says is that here in Texas, if you don't pay your bill in a month, the mechanic can go down to the county courthouse and get a mechanic's lien law filed on it. And basically they get the title to your car. They can sell it off for as much as they want. Because you basically pretty much abandoned your car there. They want an 8-hour workday. Oh, the elimination of convict labor. Now, we're going to talk more about this next section because it was much more prevalent in the South. But one of the ways that companies used to save money is they'd go to a jail and they'd hire convicts to do it. Like instead of having a private company do turpentine for you, just hire a bunch of convicts. Because convicts, they don't have a minimum wage. Theirs is like 45 cents an hour. Okay, like for example, right now in San Antonio, the convicts from the county jail, they take care of the landscaping at the city cemeteries and the little Confederate cemetery, and it's going to convicts. You see them in their orange suits and everything. Now, is that a good idea for San Antonio? Is that making San Antonio wealthier by paying these guys only 45 cents an hour instead of paying your company? Which makes San Antonio wealthier?
For the convicts?
No, because that's a closed system. You pay them for, where can the guys spend that money? They can't spend it out in San Antonio. They just got to go to the commissary, buy a thing of ramen noodles, okay? I pay your company, I pay you a flat rate. I pay you $2,000 every month. You know what that's going in. So what you got to do is you got to pay for the maintenance of your equipment, which is going to someone in San Antonio. You got to pay for gas for those things. You got to pay your worker if you bring along a worker. Okay, you got to pay for the maintenance of your vehicles. Then that's spreading the wealth a lot more around. And so wealth creates wealth creates wealth. Kind of like every time I go to a silly racetrack and get a refill for 99 cents. I've increased the wealth of Rockwall by 99 cents. They wanted an 8-hour workday, equal pay for everybody, regardless of sex or race. Basically, they preferred boycotts over strikes. Now, what is a boycott? What's a boycott? Anybody know?
It's refusing to buy something of support that.
No, it's a cot that a boy sleeps in. Yeah, girl cots as well. Yes, but boycott is refusing to buy a product. Now, why would a boycott be smarter than a strike? Like, say you work at the Twinkie factory. We want to raise, boycott Twinkies. Why would not buying Twinkies be better than going on strike?
Because it hurts the business.
Well, also, what does it do for you?
You're still being paid.
You're still getting paid. The company's not getting paid. Basically, anybody could join, except for lawyers, doctors, bankers, and those that sold liquor. Kind of the enemy of the working man. I mean, guys, you don't even know, but like your great grandparents, like my grandfather, basically hospitals were where he went to die. So it's like he came and saw my sons when they were born, but when I was in the hospital for like 14 days with a coma, he never came in. He didn't want the curse, I guess, I don't know. We ready? Well, okay, so the Knights of Labor got their highest membership underneath Terence V. Powderly. He was made master craftsman in 1879. And underneath his organization, they won a strike over wage cuts in 1884 and won. Then in 1885, they won a victory against Jay Gould, which surprised everybody. Gould had reduced the wages on his Missouri, Kansas, Texas, and Wabash Railroad. Organizers moved in, and Gould restored full pay. Now, guys, what can we show as proof that the workers were desperate for something like that? Because that very year, after they won that strike, their membership jumps from 100,000 members to more than 700,000 members.
Can I ask a question, Professor Ballard?
One question.
You don't mind me asking.
Well, that was the question you just asked.
No, that wasn't the question.
What? You are so picky. What?
What happened about you were in a coma for 14 days?
I was in a terrible car accident. Flew out of the 1965 Volkswagen Beetle at about 75 miles per hour. Road turned, I didn't. I'm bed 42, because out of the 42 people in intensive care at Parkland, including yours truly, I'm the only one that made it out alive.
Yeah.
Boy! I suffered a severe head injury. I only wrote in French and only spoke Spanish when I came out of... And the weird thing is, I never took Spanish.
Oh, gosh.
So... And the very first message I wrote to my brother was, Les arbres sont gris. The trees are gray. I have no idea what... Anyway. But basically, because of that, that delayed my graduation from the University of Texas at Austin for a semester, because I had beat it. I had to basically relearn everything.
Dang.
Boy! But I came out all right, so anyway. Okay, guys, do rich people like to get beaten? No. Now, nobody likes to get beaten. The middle class don't like to get, but the poor don't like to get beaten, but the rich can actually do something about it. So Jay Gould basically sets up a situation. He basically kind of he frames the Knights of Labor. This happened in Texas. There was a guy in Waxahachie at his rail station there. And one of his buds said, hey, why don't you come with me to a Knights of Labor meeting? All this guy did was go to the Knights of Labor meeting. He just listened to it. He didn't join it. He didn't sign a membership, nothing. Well, the next day he goes to his job.